But now we have the queen, Makoto.
Makoto Nijima.
So, until Royal Content, Makoto was my favorite party member. I considered even romancing her, but let me go back. Makoto, student council president, kind of stalks you for the first couple months on instruction of the principal, who wants to catch the Phantom Thieves, and she's suspicious of you guys. But then she approaches the team and makes a deal, wanting them to catch this gangster. And if they catch him, then she won't report their identity. If they don't, she will, which is kind of ruthless. But she ended up kind of accidentally sticking with the party a bit, like trying to watch what's going on, how they do it. And then when they call her out on it, and they're like, say that she should get out of their way because she's like useless, and she has a flashback to a recent discussion with her sister, Sai Nijima, who basically called her useless, and she snaps and decides the best way to get the calling card to the gangster is to get caught by the gangster. It was very much a person with much book smarts, zero street smarts situation. Mm-hmm. And she honestly is lucky she didn't die. But it does end up getting their way into the palace and stuff too, because they become a customer of his. And it all climaxes with her awakening, which in my opinion still is the best awakening in the game.
It's so good.
Where,
like, when she's like, her fingernails bleed, I'm like, oh
yeah, where the shadow gangster decides or threatens to not only basically ruin her life, but human traffic her sister. And that's like the snapping point. And she is basically like, shut the fuck up. And like rips off her mask, summons a badass motorcycle, and starts like running them over.
Yeah.
Plus, she has the best mask. That just metal mask.
100%.
I think I've said it to you before. I've said it to a lot of people. Makoto embodies rebellion better than anybody else in the game.
Yeah.
Like, she took the rebellion and she went all the way, which is great.
She understood the assignment.
It's cathartic because being the student council president character, she's super follow the rules, stay within your lane, and she just snaps and is all the way like, oh, we're doing this? Okay, I'm gonna get into a wrestling ring and like body slam people. Like, screw this. Like, screw all adults. She just goes wild. I love it. Zycola says Johanna's the best persona of the team, in my opinion. Johanna's great.
Johanna's so good.
Pope Joanna. She great.
Pope-mobile.
Literally a Pope-mobile.
Yeah.
But Makoto, like, and through her story arc, then her Confidant ranks are mostly about a girl from their class that she catches going to a cabaret or something in the red light district, and finds out that she's dating a host, and is pretty sure there's shady shit going on, and oh my goodness, there's shady shit going on. And she's really awful at trying to convince her friend. Like, she does not know how to have a human interaction with a peer. But in the end, she does protect her friend. And the only reason that I mentally wrote her off is, in my mind, I chose I wasn't going to date her, because obviously I did Haru, but in my mind, was because she framed the relationship as being like study buddies or study partners, and I was like, no, okay. I'm sorry. I love you, Makoto, but that's weird. But as a character, as I said, she was, until Royal, she was my favorite party member. And she just, like, she's queen. She goes by the name Queen, and she kind of deserves it. She's tough as nails, despite her previous kind of nerdy reputation. And I think out of the party members that aren't Royal, maybe excluding Futaba, she has probably the best character arc.
Yeah.
And I would put her in S rank. I would put her right here below Sojiro, above Hifumi. Even though I would date both Hifumi and Takemi before her, I still like Makoto more as a character.
Mm-hmm. So a couple of mechanical notes about her. Her and the next character that we're going are the two characters that got a lot of Hifumi's play characteristics.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, obviously, it's like she's pretty decked out offensively and defensively because of it, which leads to a very well-rounded character that's very useful, as soon as you get her all the way to late game. Her skills are really useful for keeping track of how the flow of combat works, which, I mean, for me is invaluable because I hate memorizing things. So, like, I don't like to have to spend time, like, remembering what things drop and what's effective and what isn't. Like, if I could just very easily just boop, oh, is this not going to work? Great. Next,
Yeah.
So with that said, I would put her A rank, below Yusuke for me, but definitely high. It's still kind of on par with what you're saying, above Hifumi. And the community like to always think of, like, if there were a canonical romance option in the games, what would it be? And before Royal, in vanilla, Makoto seemed to be the biggest, the likeliest character for that to be the true romance option for Ren, or Akira in the original. So something to keep in mind, right? So, like, it makes sense that, like, she comes off as, like, somebody who you would want to date, because I feel like, it's a very common idea. I think it works well. I think her interactions with the characters work well. The chemistry she has and her confidant, works very well to present that as, like, an option, and, like, to show that there is, like, true romantic feelings from near the beginning when you're, like, pretending to go on dates, and, like, she clearly gets flustered about it, to when, like, the scenes in Futaba's, like, whole situation where, like, she's, like, gripping onto you and stuff, and, like, showing vulnerability where she normally doesn't, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I think that really helps develop the character a lot. And like I said, I would say high A, below Yusuke for practical reasons, but not below Yusuke for character reasons. I do like her character more. I just like Yusuke's confidant more.
There. I will say that out of the main cast, she is the character I would least want to piss off.
100%.
And
she would break me in a way that I would not want, whereas Sakami would break me in a way that I would want.
Yeah. And there's one other thing I was going to say about her that I don't remember. But yeah, she's surprised. Oh yeah. I really like her all-out attack image. It is terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, she looks like she's going to murder you. A lot of the others look kind of
100%.
goofy or cute.
Yeah.
Hers looks like she is going to murder you.
Yeah, she's not here to play. She's here to get results.
Yeah, it's great. Zycro said, agreed, definitely don't want to get on her bad side. And Zycro also said, the tier so far is pretty much a part of how he thinks about them, ignoring the rank order per tier. Okay. Well, now, Haru. Sweet, innocent Haru.
Haru Okamura.
The Empress. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
She is kind of the last party member you get before Royal. Kinda.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
technically, right? Yeah, permanent party member.
In fact, it's so late, I didn't expect to be getting more party members, and Haru was the only party member I went into. Well, the first party member I went into that I did not anticipate being a party member. I had seen her a couple times and had a feeling she was a confidant because she had a portrait, but I didn't think she was going to be a party member until I saw her in her... God, what was the dumb name that's...
Noir?
No, before that. When you first find her with Morgana.
The lady thief?
Is that what it's called? What is the lady?
Beauty thief.
The beauty thief, yeah. The second I saw that, I was like, that's Haru. I recognize her. But, like...
Yeah, right. It's like, who is this person?
Yeah, they're all, like, being like, who could this possibly be? I'm like, the only person in your school with, like, redhead curls.
Curly red hair. Yeah, right.
Like, the only Japanese person in, like, Tokyo that
in
looks
all
like
of Japan with naturally curly red hair.
Like, how did... But, that being said, Haru is an absolute cinnamon bun. They were, for a while, the party members were, like, thinking she was suspicious and stuff. She had the same last name as the villain at that point. And I was just like, how can you look at this person and think she's anything but absolutely 1,000% innocent? And sure enough, she's like the most innocent one. I will say, as somebody who recently now has had to go through the pain of the ending of Harem Route, her words hurt the most, I think.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Haru.
Like, I felt like an absolute monster when she was just like, you could have at least come up with a lie to tell me what was, so I wouldn't think this was going on. I'm like, she would rather have a lie that brings a smile than the truth that brings a tear. And that breaks my heart. Plus, then she was immediately like, take that chocolate before I crush it. And I was like, okay, you're also a little scary, but...
Yeah.
Haru is the trope I love of dainty girl with giant axe. The trope I love enough that I'm thinking of doing a D&D character with the idea. And we have that in Tokyo Mirage Sessions. We have that in Zero Escape. We have that...
Yeah,
but
in Tales of...
Symphonia has one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, her main thing is that her father was CEO of Big Bang Burger and who knows what else, a bunch of stuff.
He owned the
Okiura Fisheries?
Fishing, fishing, literally Soshijima from this universe. Like, that's what it is, because it's the Okiura fishery in AI.
Yeah.
And it's the Okimura
That wasn't
fishery.
Soshijima, that was the girl, Mizuki's dad.
Renju, yeah, you're right.
Renju owned the fishery.
Yeah, you're right. It's Renju.
But
it's all based on the same thing, yeah.
oh yeah, it's like, well, Makoto's showtime attacks are all gay. I agree. But yeah, Haru, like her dad was that. He's a big boss that was kind of ordering the hits for the mental shutdowns, but he was also being ordered. He was like a middleman, and you have to help her because she really wants her dad to not be a shitty person anymore, and also pay kind of for what he did because it's not right. And also she doesn't want to marry a shitty fiance who's like sees her as an object and probably would abuse her, which is fair. But you go to change her dad's heart after assuring her numerous times that he will be safe and be a different person and it'll be better and everything and it'll all work out. He will not die. And then he gets killed and dies. And I was just like, I don't want to play this game anymore. This sucks. Poor Haru.
Yeah, no, it definitely was one of those things where I was like, I'll be with you in this moment, but like you have to see it through.
Yeah. But her character arc though is great. It's her confidants. She wants to open a coffee shop. She grows vegetables that supposedly taste awful but very medicinal. And also she's really good at growing them because she can grow a full vegetable from a seed in 3 days. But
magic.
But she wants to make a coffee shop, and there's a kind of the current president of the company's kind of shitty or seems kind of shitty and manipulative, but it turns out he was actually not a bad guy and helped. Just didn't understand that she really wanted to have a say in the company, so gave her a say, called off the wedding because didn't realize that she didn't want the wedding. It all worked out really well for her, other than her father dying. And I mean, honestly, she dealt with the trauma really good. So
yeah, no, she has an emotional maturity that I aspire to have.
Yeah, but overall, I decided Haru is a character I would never want to romance because I could never feel I deserve somebody like Haru. She is too pure. Especially if I'm playing the role of Ren, who is anything but pure.
Mm-hmm.
Haru is an S tier because my S tier very explicitly says I would die for them, and I don't think any would be better than Haru there.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was by your rules, like...
By my rules, she should be at the top, but I really can't put her above EY or Sojiro.
Yeah, by
so
your rules, if I followed your rules, she would also be at the very top of S tier. Because, like, literally, there would be no greater cause than to die for Haru.
Yeah.
My turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, Haru is the other one that got the leftovers from Hifumi. This is my character that I said, like, I romance in my heart of hearts. Like, Haru is just true joy. Like any interaction with her is just filled with, like, it fills me up with a warmth that I cannot describe. Like I think she is, like, she's like the ideal, right? Like you said, like, she's so perfect.
She's a cinnamon bun. She is as cinnamon bun as cinnamon buns can be. Look at her hair.
Like, I don't know.
Her hair makes her almost look like cinnamon buns.
It really does. It really does. And, like, I don't know if I just, like, if I want to be with her or I want to be her. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I'm like...
I want to be vaguely in her presence, but I don't want to be her or be with her because I'm not worthy of either.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to be with her just because it would make me want to be, like, truly the best person I could possibly be, right? So, slight spoiler, but probably one of the few, if only, playable characters that, for me, go in S rank. I would put her at the bottom of S rank because her skill isn't super useful to me. because like I don't use a lot of consumables in RPGs for the same reason that you don't as well, ChatGPT. It's like, well, I never know where I'm going to need them next, you know? Like, why am I going to use them?
I was actually using them a lot in this run through, but
yeah. So, but like for me, that's how I feel about the horticulture, right? I'm like I'll use them if I have to, but like I rather avoid it because I don't know when I'm going to definitely need them. With the exception of the placenta waters, right? Those just gotta chug them. But yeah, I love Haru. I love her growth as a character. I love everything about her. S rank for sure.
Okay. Now good old Akechi.
Goro Akechi.
Akechi, boy. I will never betray you, Goro.
Yeah. Pancake Boy.
Goron. Akechi, yeah, I mean, I also didn't know he was going to be playable in any way. When I first got him as a Confidant, I really liked him because he was like, he'd stand up to Ren. He'd be like, uninfluenced by Ren's charm, like still want to spend time with him, but be like willing to say, no, you're wrong about shit. I think you're wrong. And like at that point, everybody was like bowled over by Ren's charm. So I'm like,
yeah,
this is refreshing. Here's a character that's willing to be himself, and also like a little awkward socially, but like cultured, like his jazz music. Likes to play the absolute most horrible version of darts in the world. Fuck him. But I knew he would never betray me.
Never.
And then he betrayed me.
And then he does.
Well, he joined the party, and I was just like, oh god, why is your outfit look so dumb? And why are you like, Robin Hood? Really? Okay, fine. You're the Justice Arcana.
Yeah.
It's
Consider Rebellion is a hero. I don't know.
I was like, yeah, that's what a nerdy rebellion, but okay.
Yeah.
And then
you fight with lightsabers and ray guns. Okay, Point Dexter.
Yeah, and we got through all that, got through the big plot twist stuff, and found out, which they said at the start they were betrayed by somebody. And honestly, yeah. I was like, either they're lying or it's Mishima. For like the entire run.
100% Mishima. 100% Mishima.
I was like, either you're bluffing and no.
Mishima.
Yeah, I was like, either you're bluffing and nobody betrayed me, or it's Mishima. And then they started being like vague, like, give that phone to him. I'm like, start being like, are they talking about who I think they're talking about? Because like things are starting to fall into place, and like the only thing that's starting to make sense with the way they're talking vague is kind of Akechi. And then they first show evil Akechi, like his evil look, and which is just Matt and Guard from Ace Attorney all over again.
Yeah,
normal guy suddenly looks super evil, and I was just like, no, please, Akechi, no, let it be a trick. Come on, I trust
Akechi,
you.
No.
And then he like murders Ren, and I'm like, but like as friends, right?
Yeah, no, Akechi is definitely the definition of I can fix him and you cannot.
I'm just like, wait, I can fix this. Wait, it's not too late. Wait, see, I'm not dead yet.
No. Yeah.
And
you'll come around.
And I just like, and like the biggest heartbreak after all that scene was, I've got through all that, realized Akechi betrayed me, realized he's no longer in my party, and all of a sudden, which I think I texted you this, I all of a sudden freaked out. Wait, I just paid a ton of money for the darts to make the darts game easier with him, and I didn't use it yet. I just wasted like 100,000 yen on you. And that was like the last kind of straw that I felt like broken by him.
Yeah.
But even after all that, like you see him in Shido's palace, and I'm just like, no, Akechi, you just went through shit and like come on, we just have to fight. Okay, you have an evil
Akechi.
persona of Loki. You look
But your glove.
scary now, but like, we can work this out. You just need to like get out your pent up aggression. Oh crap,
Yeah.
there's another Akechi. Oh
You-
crap, he's dead.
You've romantically given me your glove as a sign of not affection, of pure hatred. Oh, okay, I understand.
yeah.
But like as bros, right?
But
right?
yeah, hatred and love are two sides of the same coin. They're both
Yeah.
strong emotional feelings towards somebody.
Yeah, the opposite of love isn't hate. You know, like they're very close.
Yeah, no, I'll do anything. I was doing anything to rationalize. I'm just like, and then they died, and I'm just like, well, he sacrificed himself for me, so like, he loved
Yeah,
me.
he'll come back. He'll come back.
Well, even if he doesn't come back, he loved me. He sacrificed. We're
And
good.
then he comes back and is like, no, I still freaking hate you.
I would just like at that point, like, it's okay. I accept that you hate me. I just don't hate you back.
I would rather be dead than spend any more time existing in a world with you in it.
Him
like,
saying that, or you
bro.
saying that to him?
No, he's saying that to you.
Oh.
Akechi says that to you in the third semester. Just like, literally abhor what you stand for and everything that you do.
Yeah, I mean,
working
around
with
that
you,
point was where I was
like-
being like, okay, but I don't hate you, Akechi. You can hate
Yeah.
me, but I don't hate you.
No, for sure. Right?
Which I feel
at
like would
that
piss
point-
him off more, but like,
Yeah, he's like, how dare you? I will destroy you and your entire bloodline, kill everyone in this room, and then myself. But not for love, for pure hate.
and then I'd just be like, I mean, do you need help? I can help you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you want, we can do it together, like bros, you know?
I will say, after all of the betrayal, I still liked Akechi. And then it went to Royals content, and I mean, it didn't seem like he was getting a like redemption necessarily, but he like was trying to work towards going to jail, and I'm like, he went through shit. He's kind of working on it, and then they get to the end of Royal, and it's like, oh yeah, no, he died before. This was him in the actualized world, trying to bring back the world where he was dead.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, I mean, because like he knew it was the right thing to do, right? Right?
He's like, no, because I'm sick of everyone. And you specifically. It's like, yikes. Akechi.
He's above Sojiro. I would die for him. I would die for him, and I probably like literally would, because
Oh, he will do the killing. He's like, oh, thank you. You know, I've been waiting for this moment. Also, S tier for me as well. It's fantastic. Fantastic character, fantastic, confidant. Especially because of the pure dissonance between how it starts versus how it ends. You're just like, whoa!
and also, I mean, he's Huber. He's a voice actor for
Yeah.
Huber,
Yeah,
Like-
voiced by the
one of the best characters in
innocent,
Three Houses.
psychotic Robbie Diamond.
I mean, I'm just assuming that the voice actor's out of his mind, but that's fine. Like, I love his characters. So, he makes very lovable psychopaths. Okay.
Robbie Damon.
Uh,
I said
wh-
Diamond.
And where would you rank him?
S tier as well, below Haru.
Okay. Zykrol, did you watch the endings of Royal bonus content? What do you mean? Okay, well, now to the last party member from Vanilla game, which I saved for last, partially because she has her own music, kind of, and partially because, honestly, I feel like in a lot of ways she's one of the most important party members.
Yeah.
Where is... There it is. Okay. So, Futaba. I'll preface this by saying that, Zykrel, you mean, the good and bad endings to the role. Yeah, I did see the bad ending. I accepted the actualization, wanted to see what it was. I kind of almost think it was better, because Ren didn't have to leave, but...
Yeah.
Though Human Morgana freaks me the heck out. Don't let him be human, please.
Yeah, Human Morgana is definitely...
Human Morgana...
Uncanny Valley.
Well, that, and I'm pretty sure that gives him all he needs to go ahead with some unholy relationship with An that An might not even want.
Yeah.
But anyways, Futaba, So, y'all should know that Persona 5 I was exposed to long before I played, back when Inheritance lived with me. And he played through it.
A long time ago.
Yeah. Back when it first came out, I experienced broken parts of the story.
Yeah. You'd walk in after work and I'd be like 20 hours into the game, just no sleep, just like... Oh.
I mean, honestly, the latest I saw anything was Futaba's arc. I didn't see anything after Futaba's arc, because I think I went back to my see my family for a weekend and came back and you were done.
Yeah, I consume games very quickly.
But I saw bits and pieces of Makoto's and stuff, I remember, though I had forgotten. But same with Madarame. I don't think I saw anything before with Kamoshida. But Futaba's the one I saw the most of. I saw a majority of her palace arc there.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot most of it because it had been years, other than I remembered really liking Futaba. But, yeah. I mean, to be fair, Futaba's the only one that I saw most of their character arc. And there's a lot of good character arcs in here. That's not anything against Futaba, because Futaba's great. But at the time, I thought Futaba would be my all-time favorite character, which she's not, as much as I love her. Futaba makes Yusuke look not awkward.
Yeah. I mean, if we were to, like, diagnose people, which is problematic at best, but, you know, a lot of people like to say that she's probably on the spectrum.
Yeah, I've heard that. I am not in a place where I can make that decision.
Exactly, right? Like, I don't think I am either, but I'm
possibly.
saying take that as you will. Yeah, I'm a little more, I have a little occasion to make certain decision, but, like, I won't.
Yeah, but, I mean, whatever makes people feel they're represented in fiction, though. Also.
Exactly. So. Yeah, that's essentially what I try to get at, I guess. Like, it's like a lot of people see themselves in...
If you see yourselves in... If somebody sees themselves in a character and it makes them feel good, then let them. I mean, as long as it's not like they see themselves in Akechi, as much as I love him, because that's probably not a good sign.
I see myself in Morgana and Ryuji combined. It's like, oh, no, honey.
I'm seeing myself in Mishima. Okay,
we can't be friends anymore. I apologize.
But yeah, so Futaba, for background, we mentioned her briefly with Sujiro. Sujiro is not daughter, but kind of daughter. In fact, has the same last name.
Yeah.
Sujiro, I believe, is her legal guardian.
Yeah.
She is a young child. Her mom studied cognitive science with a PSI.
Yeah.
I hate how everybody in game just says it like everybody will know, oh, they mean that science.
Yeah.
But she studied cognitive science. And the PSI means it's like paranormal stuff. She studied that, and Villain Shido had her silenced and killed. And right in front of Futaba's salad, right in front of Futaba. And then everybody at the like funeral and crap, where like Futaba, it's your fault, to this like 10-year-old girl or something. I don't remember the exact age, but to a small child. And what do you know? Telling a child who witnessed their parent die that they are the cause of their parent's death causes mental health problems. Maybe don't do that. So yeah, she became a recluse in her bedroom, and not just that, she would have auditory and visual hallucinations, and contacted the Phantom Thieves after being super smart and figuring out their identities, which I'm not sure is actually that impressive, because both Mishima and Makoto already did that. And contacted them under the name Alibaba and asked them to steal her heart, but not saying it was hers at first. But long story short, they agreed to steal her heart because she was also she was going to take care of their medjed problem. Spoiler alert: was medjed previously.
The hacker formerly known as Medjed.
The Phantom Thief, formerly known as Alibaba, formerly known as Medjed.
Yeah.
They go into her palace, and which is a tomb, because she feels like she's gonna die in her room, and they have to try to help her deal with her inner trauma of her distorted version of her mother, blaming her for her death. And all things considered, I'm not sure they really do much other than some moral support, because she, being such an amazing hacker, manages to somehow get this app that shouldn't even exist to get into their realm, deduces the keywords to get into the realm, goes into her own palace, confronts her own shadow, and in the end, with some minor support from her new friends, is like, fuck you, mom, you're not my real mom. And yeah, confront her past and beat it, and mostly heal from a huge amount of trauma very quickly. But personas, am I right? Otherwise, she just becomes this very socially awkward recluse of a girl who has no physical stamina from never leaving her room. So if she does anything that takes slight amount of effort, she goes into a coma for 3 weeks. I don't... That was a bit much. I think the fact that you can beat her palace so quickly and then she just goes to sleep for weeks is a little weird. But, yeah, she, yeah, it was a good boss fight, that girl. She, all things considered, grows to adjust to the world pretty well. She's very much a weeb, I guess. She's very much into games and maybe anime. I know, especially games. And, which is why a lot of gamers find her relatable. One of the best parts of her is her persona is the Necronomicon, which is a UFO with tentacles. I don't know where any of this came from, but it's great and creepy. And it turns into Prometheus, and then it turns essentially back in the Necronomicon with its real name.
Yeah.
Ryuji is also, if I remember correctly, turned into something, but then turned back. It was Captain Kidd. It turned into the Japanese version of Sun Wukong, and then it turns back into Captain Kidd, but then back into Captain Kidd, but by his first name, so it's less formal.
William.
I think there's one other character. Oh, it was the character we haven't talked about. Also has a persona that returns to original, but anyways, Yeah, the all-out attack with the bomb is good Zach roll, though I wish I could speed through that, because that takes a while, and I'm trying to, like, grind. But, yeah, she is a fun, if awkward, character. She's kind of, I think of her as Ren's little sister. She really much feels like a little sister character. And, especially when Ren's kind of like Tajira's son in some ways. But, otherwise, like, I will say she is one of the ones I felt worst dating because, once again, she felt like she's my little sister, and I was like, I don't feel comfortable with this. Plus, she felt too naive to really be in a relationship like that. Like, she didn't know what, I mean, who knows what love is, but she, like, didn't, like, know what she was feeling, and had to have it explained. And I feel like she was in too vulnerable of a spot for Ren to date. All things considered, she is a very fun character. She has some great lines. I love her banter with Yusuke. I would probably put her at the very top of A tier, just barely below S. Like, if she had half a point more, she'd be an S.
For me, above everything you're saying, again, I'm taking into account her usefulness and her abilities that she gets from the Confidant, and that skyrockets her because, like, those, like you said, they're lifesavers. Like, she can protect you from a lethal attack, lets you switch out incapacitated enemies, resets mementos.
Fully heal you and revive everybody. She did the like two or three times that were like key for me.
Yeah, gives you charge and concentrate, or like it's great. It's great. Like, she has to be S tier.
I mean, if I was rating abilities purely, I would put her S tier.
Yeah,
especially because I am a player who absolutely loves passive abilities in games. That is my favorite thing. And she's entirely passive abilities.
Yeah. I would probably rank her just below Sojiro just for her abilities in combination with her character.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very tempted to put her in S, but I feel like I've already put 3 party members in S, so.
No, yeah, there's a lot of people in S tier for me, but I think no spoiler to the last 2, but they're not going to be on S tier, so I think.
Ooh. Okay, well, with that, I think we're getting to the last 2.
Yeah. And you thought we'd have time to do 3 tier lists today?
I didn't necessarily say that, but. Let's see. So,